Hello guys and welcome to a new video. So I was just at home, just minding my own business as usual, when I got this email from ML Sound Labs saying that they had just come out with a new guitar plugin. And I was like, well, I already have a few that I'm comfortable with and that I know they sound really good. But let me just see what this is about anyway. So I clicked on the email and I realized that they actually teamed up with a YouTuber again to come up with this plugin. And this time they teamed up with none other than the man-child himself, Mr. Stevie T. At that point I was already like, this is going to be interesting. But when I scrolled down, I saw the actual picture of the plugin and then I read that it was free and I said, I gotta get in on this. So I got on my computer, I downloaded it and I started messing with it. So I decided to record a video for you guys so that you guys can know what to expect when downloading this free plugin. And to you guys at ML Sounds Lab, if you ever watch this and you want to collab, let me know. Okay, but before we get to that, make sure you drop me a like, drop me a comment in the comment section down below, and let me know what plugins are you using at home. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel like a man if you haven't yet. Okay, so don't be put off by the interface. Even though it looks really childish, that actually adds to the fun. As you guys can see, it's basically just like a cardboard box, and if somebody had just sharpied a drawing of an amp head. But it is fully functional. In fact, as you will see in the video, it actually sounds really good. There's not a lot of info out there, so that's why I'm here. Okay, so let's talk about the plugin itself. The free part actually comes with two different amplifiers that you can use. You've got the Gen God and the aptly named, which is the clean amp. You also get to try out the rectal fire and the Shreddimer, which you actually have to pay license to use. But you can actually test them out and use them as much as you want if you don't have a problem with it pausing every 30 seconds. Okay, so besides getting the Gen God and what I'll call the clean amp from now on, you also get some presets. You get the pancake preset, the banana preset. All this breakfast talk is making me hungry. You get the Grandpa Gen preset, the Gent Demption preset, and the Thol preset. So you can load different presets and get different sounds like that. Another really cool thing you get, just like on the Roots plugin, you actually get the pedal board. But on this plugin, you actually get 4 pedals instead of the 2. You get the noise gate, which you're really going to need. You get the drive pedal, which is definitely a TS9, as it should be. You get a delay pedal for your soloing and stuff, and you get a reverb pedal. That's really useful on that clean amp. You actually get the option to choose between 4 different cabinets. You get the Bogner Uber cabinet, which is obviously an Uberschall Bogner cabinet. You get the Mars PR75, which is a Marshall cabinet with the 75 watt speakers. And then you get the Mega Gent and the Mega OS cabinets, which we don't really know what they are, but we will definitely check them out too. So you really do get a lot of bang for no money. So I would definitely recommend that you check out this video, and if you like what you hear, definitely go and download it. It's free, you might as well do it, right? Okay, so let's check out the plugin. Okay, so one really cool thing I forgot to mention in the previous video is that you can actually load the amped plugin as a standalone app, which means that you don't really need a DAW for it to work. And that's awesome, because that'll mean that you can actually save on some computer resources by just loading the app itself. It's a lot lighter and it's going to work a lot faster. It's also a lot less prone to latency and errors. You will not be able to record, but you will be able to play through it just like a regular amp. Just gotta plug in your guitar into the interface, load this puppy up, and you're good to go. Okay, so that being said, let's jump into the plugin. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so once you load it up, you'll be presented with this awesome looking Gen God amp. Like I told you before, it's basically just a cardboard box with a bunch of knobs in it. But don't be fooled, they're actually fully functional. So here's what we have. There's the input knob, the effects knob, gain, bass, middle, treble, presence, master, the cabinet knob, and the output knob. Well, you can actually read, but yeah, that's what they are. Now, if you click on the cabinet knob, you can actually load your custom IRs, which is really good. So if you have your own impulse responses, you can actually just load them here. And here at the top, we have the 4 amps we get, which is the Gen God, the Kalalaline, which is the clean amp, the Rectal Fire, which is obviously a rectifier copy, and the Shreddimer, which we don't really know what that is, but it's basically for soloing. The second menu is a preset menu, where you have different presets that you can load, or you can actually save your own presets and call them up later. Here's a pedal board with 4 pedals on it, and the license manager in case you paid for the license. Okay, so let's get back to the amp menu. If you go to the amp menu, you'll see 4 amplifiers, but you actually only get the one for free, which is the Gen God. You do, however, get to try out all 4, but the other 3 have pauses every 30 seconds, and that can get really annoying. Okay, so let's check them out and see how they sound. Okay, so we'll start off with the Gen God. Okay, so that's pretty good. That is the Gen God as it comes. So let's tweak it up a little bit. I'm gonna go to the pedal board, get on the threshold and bring it up. I mean, the noise gate is on, but the threshold is really low, so I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. There you go, dead quiet. I'm gonna set up the TS9 as I like it, and now it sounds like this. I like that better, that's a little bit tighter. But I don't really like the cab, so we're gonna change the cabinet. We go down here to the cab knob, you click on it. I don't really like that Mega Gen cab. I don't really know what that is, but I don't really care for it. So I'm gonna use the Marshall cabinet, which I know I like. That sounds more like Pat. Now that's pretty good, and it's free. Okay, so let's check out the other amplifiers and see what's up. Okay, so here's the Kalaline one, which is a clean amplifier. It's got a little bit of reverb going. And see, this is what you get every 30 seconds. And it's pretty annoying because it actually cuts off your sound. But let's try it out anyway. This is what this sounds like. That's pretty good. Let's check it out Strat-like. Nice. There you go, see? Okay, let's try it out with the TS9, just to get a little more compression on it. Ooh. Let's go back to humbucker. Okay, let's check out the rectal fire. Rectal fire. Okay, so right off the bat, it really sounds very different from my rectal fire. But let's work on it a little bit. Okay, so that's better. Now, as you guys can see, I'm not really getting into it too much. We're just basically scratching the surface here. But I am going to change that cabinet, again, to the Marshall cabinet, which is definitely a sound I'm used to. So that's my go-to cab. I like that a lot better. Okay, let's check out the last one. Okay, so this amplifier actually comes in preset to redemption, which is basically a little bit of drive, the noise gate on, and some delay. Let's see what it sounds like. It's actually pretty good. Let's get that Marshall cab activated. I like that. That can get really frustrating. Okay, so my final thoughts on this plugin. I actually think the plugin is really good and it definitely has the potential to be a lot better. You can definitely use it for home practice and for demo recordings and stuff like that. I think it's great, but I really would have liked if they at least gave you the clean amplifier for free as well. But I guess it really wouldn't have been fair to the fluff plugin because it really only had the one amplifier too, and you had to pay for the other 3 ones to work. In fact, you couldn't really try out the other amplifiers as you can on this one. On this one, you at least know what it's gonna sound like if you do buy it. So I think that's pretty good. And also the fact that this plugin has got 4 pedals instead of just 3, like Fluff's one. Okay, so all things considered, and the fact that it's free, Pat approves. Okay my dudes, so I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you can, make sure you share it with your guitar playing friends so that they can download it too and help my channel grow. And of course, don't forget to drop me a like. Don't forget to drop me a comment with any questions you may have in the comment section down below or at my Instagram too. I'll link in the description down below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel like a man if you haven't yet. I will see you guys next time. Pat out, metal on dudes.